Hello. Is this live? Is it going? Okay, good. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Okay, I want to see some comments, please. If you're watching, please type in the chat where you're watching this from. And I will give a few minutes for people to join. How is everyone doing this Sunday? Where are you watching it from? How are you feeling? Okay. Okay. So, oh, hello. Hi, Margarita. Hello, hello. Okay. So, I am going to start the presentation. So, first of all, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you just arrived, please type in the chat where you are from. And I am going to start a presentation and what exactly the Women's Circle Academy is. And I am here to teach you how to design and lead the authentic woman circle to strengthen the connection and well-being in your community. So everyone, nice to meet you. Let me start from introducing myself. And my name is Alisa. I am from Japan, but I am half Italian, and that's why I don't look very Japanese. But I am an event organizer. I live in Tallinn in Estonia, and I am creating a conscious dating event. I also do a friend making event, Japanese cooking workshop, and most importantly, I do woman circle here in Tallinn. Inside of the woman circle, what I do is a taka evening where we get together and talk about the life of a woman, uncensored sex talk, where again, get together and talk about sex. We also do a moon themed circle. So full moon party and a new moon experience, a little bit more spiritual circle. And what exactly is Woman Circle Academy? So Woman Circle Academy is a place where we teach you how to create your own woman circle. And I also want to take a moment to let you have a look at our logo. And one of our community member, Veronica, has created this logo for us. And it looks like a lotus because every woman is a part of the community, right? And when women get together, there is always this magical power and it creates the spark. So that's why there is a fire on top of it. And you must be wondering, who the fuck is Alisa, right? Who is this girl telling me what to do? And why should you listen to me? You should listen to me because I know how to create real and meaningful connection. I know how to provide a safe space. And I have seen how woman gets empowered and how much inspiration I can bring by creating Woman's Circle. And when women get together, it really lifts me up. And when Woman's Circle is happening, there is always this magical power. In the first Woman's Circle that I have created, I had 8 women showed up. But after 1 year, it got bigger, and now I have 35 women when I make my circle. And inside of the Tallinn, it is very much a thriving community. And I want to see this happen more globally. And I am ready to make this bigger, is where I am at. So I am here now, leading this thriving community in Tallinn. But obviously, it wasn't always like this. Because before moving to Tallinn, a few years ago, I was working on a cruise ship and I was very much lost in life. And working on a cruise ship used to be my dream job. So I thought working here is going to make me happy, but I was actually not happy. And I thought if I get promoted, maybe it is going to make me happy. Maybe it is going to make me fulfilled. But the more I was trying to fit into society's expectation, the more disconnection I was getting. I was more getting lost, more and more, the more I tried to fit into connection. Oh, yes, welcome. Hello. And I always had this adoration to create events and lead in the community, but I never thought I would be able to do that. And I never pictured myself doing that, even though I always had this adoration. But here's what I did. I first decided to take a pause a little bit, left my cruise ship job, and I really made a time for myself to reflect. I was staying in Berlin for a little bit for that time because I had a good friend there. And then I got this job offer in my current job in Tallinn. And as soon as I moved to Tallinn, I had my awakening. And that reminded me how much support and connection I actually have. And all of this connection around me empowered me a lot, which made it possible for me to gather enough courage to start creating events and leading the communities. So I will give you 3 key points to create your own woman's circle. Key number 1 is to use your connection as an engine of transformation. Key number 2 is to have a natural leadership and not the perfection. Key number 3, this is not just for the circle, this is for your life. Okay, let's take a deep breath before we move on. It's going to be a lot of information, but we can do this, okay? Like this. Let's take a deep breath. So let me walk you through these 3 main key points. So first of all, connection as an engine of transformations. And what do I mean by that? Is trying to do it all alone, waiting for the perfect moment to happen, it is not going to work. Because first of all, it's very overwhelming, right? Because to create a woman's circle, there's a lot of things you have to prepare. You have to find a venue, you have to write a description, you have to do a marketing, you have to find the people to join, you have to confirm if the people is actually coming or not, you have to convince the people to come, you have to create a program. It is a lot of work. It's very overwhelming. And when you have all of this task in front of you, what happens is the self-doubt starts to creeping in, right? And when you have a self-doubt, you start to have the fear of failing. Oh, like, why am I doing this? I don't have to do this, right? Another thing, when that happens, when you start getting overwhelmed, it creates anxiety, and which causes to draining your energy a lot. This is what was happening in my cruise ship job. But if you start using your connection as an engine of transformation, this is a fuel that you are going to need, because if you have a true connection, it creates growth. So this is also about asking for help, because if you try to do it all on your own, it is a lot. But just look around you for a little bit and find someone who can help you in the smallest thing. You can ask this person to find a venue for me. You can ask this person to create a Facebook event for me. And if the people around you is not willing to help you, then they're probably not your people. Because true connection is always going to create a growth. And when you start doing that, you will start having this deep sense of belonging. You get that empowerment. You will feel seen, heard, and supported. Which brings us to key number 2. And when you have this support system, what you need is a leadership. And you don't need a perfection. What do I mean by that? So number 1, perfectionism is going to kill the creativity. Because think for a moment the time that you were trying to be perfect, right? How does it look like when you're trying to be perfect? I think it always feel like you don't have enough time. It feels like whatever you're doing is not good enough. You always feel like it's not enough. Oh, this presentation is not enough. This program is not going to be enough. Oh, not enough people are coming to my circle. And it kills the space for the creativity. And being authentic wins in this world. Because again, think for a moment, how does a likable person looks like? How does a people you like looks like? Aren't they someone just being themselves? I think we can all agree when someone's being just unapologetically themselves, that's when people starts to shine. And leadership is going to feel very natural when it's authentic, because when you start speaking from the heart, people are going to listen. So when you start creating the circle, the woman circle that you truly want to share, then you wouldn't need a script or the program. I'm not saying that being prepared is not needed. Being prepared is very important, but I am saying that being too stuck to the structure that you have prepared, it's not going to work because it doesn't leave a space for the flow. And when you start speaking about what you want to speak, then it will all come naturally. That gives you a freedom and ease, and you can lead in a way that feels aligned, natural, and fulfilled. And it is going to make you feel like you're not forced to do that, right? Because if you force yourself to do something, then it is not going to align with your purpose. Which brings us to the key number 3. This is not just for the circle. This is for your life. And obviously doing a woman circle is for your community, for your local community, right? And for the woman who doesn't have enough voice in her. But this is most importantly for yourself, for you to provide a safe space, for you to compensate that time you were in misery, for you to take care of that girl who didn't have a space 10 years ago. And one thing I want you to remember is that if it exists in you, it exists in the world. And remember the time you were feeling lonely or left out or feeling isolated. If you are feeling like that, then there is probably someone feeling that way. If you feel like you want a community, then there is for sure someone else looking for community. Another thing is you have all the tools you need within you. And I am just going to be the guide to access all of that tools for you. And ladies, you actually don't need me, okay? You actually don't need me to tell you what to do and then, provide you the structure and then provide you all of this program, how to create the woman circle. You already have it within you, and I'm just going to be the guide because I know a lot of people doesn't know how to access that. And when you start accessing that, your circle is going to be the mirror of yourself because what you're doing is going to reflect on people. So today, we have learned to use connection as an engine of transformation and to have a natural leadership, not the perfection. And to do this not just for the circle, but for your life. What we haven't covered today is how to overcome the fear and then how to structure the circle, how to attract the right people. There is a lot that we can talk. But after this, you have two ways. Because for some people, this 3 key points is already enough to start creating. So if you feel already ready, then please take all of this information and start doing it on your own. Because if you know these 3 main points, then you can already start creating. But I know a lot of people doesn't have enough courage or feel ready just after these 3 key points. So if you give me the honor to let me be your guide and let me teach you step-by-step guide until you start your first circle, then I have prepared a program for you. So if you give me a little permission to show you the program. So what we have prepared is called Wimpact approach. The Wimpact approach is going to give you all the tools that you're going to need, become confident and impactful leader. You are going to create a powerful space for the connection, healing, and empowerment. This is a 90 days program, and we will give you a step-by-step guide to elevate both your life and your community. And I believe when we have this, then a lot of people would have a question. And I want to tackle the few questions that you would probably have. You would probably be thinking, but who am I to lead the circle? Who am I to guide others, right? But if we start saying that, ladies, who am I to teach you what to do? Right? And one thing you should know, I am a very lazy person, ladies. Today I was sleeping until like 11. I had my breakfast at 1 o'clock. So if a lazy bum like me can do this, then you can definitely do this. And a lot of people probably will say that you don't have enough time for this. which is why we have created a program that's designed for the busy schedule. And each module is going to be 2 hours maximum. It's not going to be longer than 2 hours. And then the technical questions, like what if no one joins the circle? Well, I have tried before, but we never got someone showing up. So we will also teach you how to attract the right people to your circle. Who is this for? It is for anyone, actually, but the bad news is that it is not going to work if you don't have a commitment. So we are only looking for people who can commit to it, who have enough enthusiasm. There are 15 spots until 10th of April because we want to keep this program small, engaging, and personalized as much as possible. So 15 spots is all we got. I am not going to try to convince you to purchase this. I am not going to, I will do my best not to spam you. Because, okay, presentation says mention detachment. Yeah, so detachment is an important key when it comes to things like this, right? So I'm not going to convince you to trying to purchase this because you have to want to be doing this. So it consists of 10 modules. And the first module, we are going to discover the power of woman's circle. And then as the module goes on, then we will tackle your fears. We will guide you through how to attract the right people. And we are preparing lots of exercise in a workbook for it. And we will also give you a bonus. So one bonus is a Holding Space 101 workbook. This is going to be 249 euro. Another thing is how to custom affirmation to help you cultivate confidence for the transformation, because affirmation is a very important part in cultivating confirmations. This is 199 euro. Here's a little roadmap of how it's going to look like, because at first you are not confident, you're feeling disconnected, right? And I am telling you, it is not going to be an easy road. It's going to look very messy. But we will show you how you can make it happen. And in the end, you will get a win and we will give you a success. And the big question is how much it's going to cost, right? And what we're showing you on the screen, this is the original price. So 2 bonuses that I have showed you earlier, it's 448 altogether. And the 10 modules live session, if you cannot make it to the live, we will also give you the video recorded session, is 499 for the 10 modules. So altogether, it's 947 euro. But we are willing to negotiate because not a lot of people can afford this. Also, the 2 parts payment is available. So if you cannot afford to just purchase it all together, then you can purchase it 2 parts. So if you're ready to go through it, because I don't want random people in my course. So we would like to get to know you a little better with a phone call session. So when you're ready to do it, please access this QR code and schedule a phone call session with me. You can also access wimpactapproach.com/booking to schedule a booking with me. Schedule a phone call session with me. And I want to make sure that you have enough enthusiasm. I want to make sure that you have enough commitment to go through all of this. So I give you just a minute to, so you have a time to scan this. Okay. So another thing you should know, the course is guaranteed for 15 days. So 15 days for Europe. Outside of Europe, it's 7 days. So you can actually try it out, see the content, join the live class. And if you feel like it's not for you, then we will return your money, no questions asked. And also, as you go through it, if it feels like it is not implementing, then we can offer a personalized coaching session and make sure to keep you on track. And if you purchase the course in 24 hours, so schedule a phone call session with me and make sure you want to do this. And if you go through the purchasing in 24 hours, then I will give you the custom affirmation session for free. So this is a how to create the custom affirmation for yourself. So ladies, thank you so much for going through this presentation with me. And if you have any question, I accept some questions or any feedback, comments. Yes. If you have any question, please type it in a comment. I give you 2 more minutes, and if there is no question, then I am going to finish the live session. You don't know how to formulate the question, but what is it about? What's in what's a category of the question? You can also think about it and just ask me on the call session. How do we get to know if the genuine connection is genuine, or you just accidentally trapped people into making promises and having coffee? Okay, that's a good question. Well, I think when the connection is genuine, it's just reciprocated, right? Because the genuine connection is supposed to feeding each other's. I would have coffee dates with people that seemed it would go well, but ended up with nothing. Oh, if end up as nothing, then it's not your people. Because the connection that feeds your growth should be feeding you. So when the connection is genuine, when the connection is genuine, it will give you growth, it will give you inspiration, it will uplift you. How aggressively can you look for your people? Well, um, depends on the platform, but you can post things repeatedly a lot, right? So for the marketing, you can start posting in the local community and just let it repeat it as much as possible. You can also DM people. We will talk about this deeply more in the program. What inspired me to start Woman's Circle is um, the first event I started doing was my cooking workshop, and in my cooking workshop there was a few women who was helping me to prepare the venue. And while we were waiting for the guests to arrive, we like three of us was having a conversation, and that picture, like three women getting together and talking, sh- sent me an inspiration and vision of the woman's circle. So I saw a vision of women sitting in a circle, just inspiring and empowering each others. And I just wanted to make that vision come true and started creating Woman's Circle. Any more questions? How are the sessions structured? So yes, session is going to be more like a video call, so it's not going to be only me yapping at you and asking for a comment. So yes, there will be a space for sharing. Absolutely, silence and movement. Yes, it is going to be a lot of those things, and I will try to keep it interactive as possible. So it is going to be a lots of conversation, lots of exercises, lots of workbook, meditation, lots of dancing. Is the circle themed each time, or does the group co-create the flow? So I have already prepared the theme for the each modules. So it is going to be more set themed, but there will be a space for the co-creation also. So in the theme of each topic, we will have a time to create. How do I bring in money into the conversation? Yes, well, money is obviously important, right? So, um, how do I bring money into conversation? That's a good question in the conversation. But well, you can start saying like, "Hey, like this is what I'm doing," and in a flyer or the link, and the price is already there, maybe, but in a conversation. But I mean, if the price is fair, then people will pay, right? You could also start from making the free of charge session. So it can be like the first circle is free, and then the second one is whatever, 20 euro, 30 euro, or something like that. Those are the great questions, ladies. Thank you so much. Yes, there is going to be a journal AI integration also. Okay, any more questions? So I will give you 2 more minutes and then we will end the live sessions. What does a divine feminine mean to me? That is a great question. Well, divine feminine, I think it is to accept yourself and others. Because if you if you think about like a goddess, then who she is very accepting and nurturing. So I think that's a picture I feel from the word divine feminine. Okay, those are the great question, ladies. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining me today for this live session. And if you have scheduled a phone call session, I will see you there. And if not, I hope you have a great day. Have an amazing Sunday and a great week ahead. Bye, ladies. Okay, one more question. Have you ever felt truly held by a community of women? What was that like? Yes, absolutely. When I did my Women's Day celebration this March, it was a very nice get together. So it was a lot of music, a lot of talking, lots of glitters, lots of spirituality. There was a business talk also. And it was something very feeding for me, yes. Okay, I think this is a good place to wrap up. Okay, again, thank you so much, ladies. I will see you around. And looking forward to getting know you in a phone call session. Bye. Have a good Sunday.